Hi friends, today I have a very easy peasy pumpkin bread recipe that I got off of Pinterest. It's really delicious and it's really easy to make. All you need is a yellow cake mix, a 15-ounce can of 100% pumpkin. If you want nuts in it, nuts of your choice. I've used walnuts before, but today I'm using pecans. And if you want a really moist cake, add about a half a cup of applesauce. Now this is optional because some people like a more cakey texture, and if you like a more cake-like texture, then just leave out the applesauce and add 1 egg. I just prefer mine on the moist side, so I use the applesauce. Now you can use any container. Today I'm using a bundt cake pan, but I've even made this recipe in my mother's iron skillet and it turns out beautifully every time. Yes, I chop my nuts up using a can, and I have made too much, but I like to use chopped up nuts in my salads, so what I don't use for the cake, I can use for my salads in the coming weeks. Like I said, easy peasy, just dump the cake mix into your mixing bowl. Now I like to add just a little bit of cinnamon to mine, about a teaspoon and a half maybe. I have seen some posters on Pinterest say that they have used spice cake before, and it has cloves and nutmeg and all that stuff in it. I haven't tried that yet. Right now I'm just using the yellow cake mix with the cinnamon, and I like it that way. I may try the spice cake later on, but today I'm just using the yellow cake mix with cinnamon. Just stir it up really good. Make sure that you get the powder incorporated in with the wet pumpkin and the applesauce if you're using that, and the egg if not. And then just fold in your nuts. Make sure you scrape the bottom really good and pour it into your pan. Now this is not a Baking Diva recipe. I'm just going to tell you right now, Baking Diva she is the diva when it comes to cooking. She has some awesome recipes. I will link her channel below. She's a delight to watch. She's so much fun, and she is an awesome cook, and she has some really great recipes. But if you're like me and you work late hours and you have a long commute and you travel a lot and everything, this is a really quick and easy recipe. It's really good. Bake at 350 degrees. In my oven it's about 35 minutes. It may be a little bit more or less for your oven. And when it comes out, I like to use a little bit of tub frosting on my bundt cake. What I do is I melt about half of it in a microwave and then pour it over the top of the cake after it is cooled off. However, today I had a couple of cans of Easy Frost by Pillsbury, Easy Frosting, cream cheese with the star tip on top. Now these are about to expire in about 6 months, so I needed to use them up, so I went ahead and used this today. And what I did was I dumped it over into a plate. You can see it's still steaming there, it's still warm. And then while it was still warm, I took the cream cheese icing and I just simply put it all over the cake. Now if I were taking this somewhere, like to work or to church or to an event or, to someone's house, I'd probably get some Dollar Tree satin poinsettias or something and put underneath it, and then maybe get some Christmas balls or something and put in the middle of it. And maybe even, I have put cherries on top of it just to make it a little more festive and decorative, but I'm just going to put most of this in the freezer for me to eat in the next couple of months. I basically just made this cake for myself. Anyway, it's very easy to make, and I went ahead and cut myself a piece of it while it was hot. Now if you let it cool, it'll slice into slices, but like I said, I like to eat it while it's still warm, kind of like gingerbread. My mother used to make gingerbread in her iron skillet, and it was so good warm, and this is really good warm too, and it's so good and moist. I hope you've enjoyed this recipe. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas.